Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra just celebrated their love. So gorgeous. Oh my gosh. In what's being called the wedding of the century this past weekend in India.
Gorgeous.
Photographer Jose Villa, he did my wedding, you guys. He's my friend. Detailed the 4-day celebration for People magazine, which had both traditional Indian as well as Western ceremonies to celebrate the melding of their two backgrounds in front of 225 of their closest friends and family. Priyanka wore stunning looks for each ceremony, but the one that got everyone's attention was her hand-beaded and embroidered Ralph Lauren gown that had nearly 3 million mother-of-pearl sequins. It took over 18 hours to make.
1,800.
And get this, you guys. She had, 1,800 hours to make. Wow. And get this, had a 75-foot veil that took 5 adults to carry down the aisle. And while everyone agreed that the veil looked absolutely amazing, many on social media thought it may have been a bit extra as well. So now, Chris, you're somewhat of a wedding
I've done
expert.
a few, I've been to a few.
You've even officiated, numerous.
Yeah,
nuptials.
I've officiated 5 or so. That's Evan and Carly just officiated their
that's
wedding.
awesome.
Yeah, paradise.
That's amazing. All right, so do you think a bride can ever be too extra at her own wedding?
Well, first of all, no.
Okay,
I mean,
yes.
no bride can be too extra. It's your day. And,
Yes.
And look, you're only going to have 3 or 4 of these days in your life, these wedding days. So the first one especially, the first one should be big, right?
Right.
My first one was big. My next one probably won't be that big.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. But you said next one, so you're open and willing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And there's always a chance. Never say never. I'm always,
right.
if anyone has to be open to love, it has to be
But
me.
I have a question. Why the next time not so big? What have you learned from the first one being
Well,
big?
I just think the first time you just pull out all the stops. It's what you dreamed
What
of
if
and all
it's
that.
her first time on your next time?
You can't take that away
Then
from her.
again, you let her do her.
Yes.
You let her
there
be
you
extra.
go.
I think that's the main thing you're saying is that it's her day, so let her live it up.
Don't you wonder, like, the neck muscles and what it took to drag a 75-foot
Okay, I'm
train?
going to be honest.
Yeah.
I had a 20, gosh, I can't remember the exact, I think it was 22-foot train at my wedding.
Yeah.
And we actually only wore it for the second half of the wedding because I couldn't drag it down the
The
aisle.
abs and the work you had to do.
My abs, I was walking down, if you look carefully, I was like, it was heavy, and mine was crystal beaded.
I know, because I had to carry it.
Exactly. You and Tam.
Yeah,
that's
I
had
different.
two
I
different
gave up,
trains.
though.
Yours was beaded.
I had 2 different trains. They carried the first one, and then when we went to the Eiffel Tower, I had that long one that went over the steps of the Trocadero.
Yeah.
It was intense.
It makes gorgeous pictures.
It really
And they
does.
videotaped everything for People TV, and it looked gorgeous.
Absolutely, and I love that she stayed to her culture. I've been such a big fan of Priyanka ever since she turned Miss World. I love her Bollywood films. You gotta watch The Root. It's so romantic and fun. And for her to like celebrate this day, especially when Hollywood, everybody has something to say about her with Nick and, you know, the controversy between it. She was living her life on that day, and it was just a moment between them with the drone catching it all, and I am here for it.
I love it.
She looked absolutely beautiful.
And I just want to say about Priyanka, the woman that you see, that's her mother because her father had passed, or her mother walked her down the aisle. It was just a beautiful wedding.
She's a sweetheart. She's a superstar.
She
Our paths
is.
crossed while we were at ABC at the same time, and when she was doing Quantico. And she is such a sweet woman, beautiful, and such a big star. People don't understand. She was such a huge international star
Oh my God.
before coming over here.
Right, he's a lucky man.